In the heart of America's wild frontier, where fire meets stone and silence stretches across endless horizons, 5 landscapes stand as monuments to time itself. Arches, carved by wind and eternity, rise like gateways into another world. Monument Valley towers against the sky, its red giants standing like guardians of an ancient past. In Death Valley, the land burns with extremes, salt flats shimmering like glass, dunes shifting like oceans of sand. Then light itself descends into Antelope Canyon, igniting walls of stone in a dance of fire and shadow. And as night falls in Joshua Tree, twisted silhouettes reach for the stars, as if the desert itself is dreaming of infinity. This is not just a journey. This is the desert's legend, a world both brutal and beautiful, etched in stone, painted in light, and waiting for those bold enough to step inside. Welcome to Arches National Park, a place where the desert has become a living sculpture garden, shaped by millions of years of wind, water, and time. As you arrive, you're greeted by endless stretches of red sandstone, towering pinnacles, balanced rocks, and over 2,000 natural arches create a landscape that feels ancient and surreal. The most iconic landmark is Delicate Arch, rising 52 feet from the desert floor. At sunset, the arch glows brilliant orange against the La Salle Mountains, one of the most photographed views in the American Southwest. Another wonder is Landscape Arch, one of the longest natural arches in the world. Its slender span stretches more than 290 feet, so thin it almost looks impossible. Standing beneath it, you can feel the fragility of stone, a reminder that even monuments of rock eventually yield to time. Throughout the park, you'll find Balanced Rock, a 3,600-ton boulder perched precariously on a narrow pedestal, and Double Arch, where 2 colossal arches intersect to form a dramatic window to the sky. At dawn, the desert comes alive with color, soft pink light warming the rocks, while shadows stretch across the sand. By night, the sky turns black and fills with countless stars, making Arches one of the best stargazing spots in America. Hiking here is more than a walk. It's a journey through deep canyons, slick rock trails, and silent amphitheaters of stone. Whether you're an adventurer, a photographer, or simply someone seeking awe, Arches National Park will leave you humbled by the power of nature. This is a place where time is measured not in years, but in eons, a reminder that the world is always changing, always creating something new. Welcome to Monument Valley, a place where the land tells stories older than memory and the horizon seems endless. Straddling the border of Arizona and Utah, Monument Valley is part of the Navajo Nation, a sacred landscape of towering sandstone buttes, mesas and spires rising hundreds of feet above the desert floor. The moment you arrive, you'll recognize the view. This is the backdrop of countless classic Western films, road trip photos, and travel dreams. The scene feels almost unreal. Massive red monoliths standing alone against a backdrop of bright blue sky. The most famous formations, Merrick Butte, the Mittens, and Three Sisters, are icons of the American West. As the sun moves across the sky, these monuments shift in color, glowing deep red at sunrise and rich gold at sunset. Driving along the 17-mile Valley Drive, you'll see each butte from different angles. Stop at the overlooks to take in the vastness, the quiet desert stretching to the horizon, broken only by the shadows of stone giants. At dawn, soft light spills across the valley floor, revealing patterns in the sand and ancient footprints in the dust. The landscape feels timeless, shaped by erosion over hundreds of millions of years. Monument Valley is also a place of deep cultural heritage. The Navajo people, who call this land Sebi Nziskai, have lived here for centuries. For them, the formations are not just rocks, but sacred landmarks woven into stories and traditions. Hiking here feels like stepping into another world. Quiet trails lead to hidden viewpoints and solitary pinnacles. In the silence, you can hear the wind move through the canyons and feel the power of the land all around you. At night, the valley becomes a sanctuary of stars. Far from city lights, the sky transforms into a brilliant canopy, thousands of stars shining over the silent desert. Monument Valley is more than a destination. It's an experience, a place where the spirit of the American Southwest is alive in every rock, every shadow, and every sunrise. Hidden beneath the sun-baked desert floor of northern Arizona lies a place so surreal, it feels as though it belongs to another planet. This is Antelope Canyon, a sacred and sculpted wonder carved not by hands, but by the patient force of nature over countless centuries. Here, flash floods have shaped the soft Navajo sandstone into flowing curves, narrow passageways, and towering waves of rock that twist and turn like wind-blown fabric frozen in time. As you step inside the canyon's narrow corridors, the outside world disappears. Above you, thin slits in the rock allow sunlight to pierce through, beams that seem to float in midair, dancing down onto the canyon floor like liquid gold. With every passing hour, the light shifts and paints the walls in hues of amber, violet, crimson, and rose, each shade more mesmerizing than the last. Every corner you turn feels like walking through a living painting. Shadows stretch, fade, and reform, giving the illusion that the walls themselves are breathing. There is a deep stillness here, broken only by the quiet awe of those who pass through, an almost spiritual silence that speaks to the heart without words. For the Navajo people, this place is more than beautiful. It is sacred. And standing within its twisting walls, it's easy to understand why. Antelope Canyon is not just a geological marvel, it's a cathedral of light and stone, a quiet, otherworldly escape that humbles you, heals you, and reminds you of the timeless artistry of the earth. A landscape of twisted trees, massive boulders, and endless horizons. This is Joshua Tree National Park, where the Mojave and Colorado deserts merge into something extraordinary. The park takes its name from the Joshua tree itself, a spiky, otherworldly plant that looks like it belongs in a dream. Early settlers thought these trees looked like prophets with outstretched arms, and once you see them, it's hard to forget their strange silhouette against the sky. Wander among the jumbo rocks, enormous piles of granite sculpted over millions of years by wind and rain. The boulders invite you to climb, explore, and discover hidden passages where sunlight falls in golden beams. In the higher elevations, the Mojave Desert dominates. Here you'll find dense forests of Joshua trees and clusters of cholla cactus. The air is cooler, and the landscape feels ancient, a place that has witnessed countless sunrises and storms. Drive down into the lower elevations, and everything changes. The Colorado desert stretches wide and flat, dotted with ocotillo and creosote bush. In spring, this part of the park bursts into color as wildflowers bloom in the sand. One of the park's most unforgettable experiences comes after dark. Joshua Tree is an international dark sky park, and when the sun sets, the sky explodes with stars. The Milky Way becomes a luminous river overhead, and the silhouettes of Joshua trees stand in quiet witness to the night. Whether you're here to hike among hidden oases, scramble across sun-warmed rocks, or simply stand in awe beneath the stars, Joshua Tree National Park has a way of staying with you long after you've left. It's a landscape that asks you to slow down, look closer, and feel the quiet power of the desert. In a hidden corner of southern Colorado, where the Sangre de Cristo Mountains rise like ancient sentinels, the earth whispers in golden waves. Welcome to Great Sand Dunes National Park, a surreal meeting of wind, sand, water, and time, where the landscape seems borrowed from another planet. This isn't just a desert. This is a place where sand climbs to the sky, forming North America's tallest dunes, some soaring over 750 feet tall. Here, the ground breathes with heat and light, and every gust of wind carves new stories into the ever-shifting hills. Step into this alien wilderness, and the world you knew feels far away. As your feet sink into warm grains, you climb not just a dune, but a moment suspended in silence. Each step upward challenges your body, while your soul soars with the expansive view. At the summit, it's just you, the wind, and a 360-degree sweep of vastness. The San Luis Valley stretches out below like a dreamscape, and behind you, snow-capped peaks guard the sands like timeless watchmen. Come summer, Medano Creek flows at the base of the dunes, creating a rare and playful desert oasis. Children splash, dogs dash, and laughter echoes between the mountains and dunes, all made more magical by the phenomenon of surge flow, where waves ripple like a pulsing heartbeat across the sand. As twilight descends, the dunes catch fire with amber light. Shadows stretch long and deep, and the cool evening wind hums across the rippled slopes. Then, the stars arrive, in numbers so vast and bright, it feels like the cosmos has spilled over the edge of the universe. This is one of the darkest night skies in America. And here, under the Milky Way, you don't just look up, you fall into it. Great Sand Dunes is not a place you merely visit. It's a place that visits you, leaves its grains in your shoes, its silence in your thoughts, and its sky in your memories. The deserts and canyons of America are more than places. They are living stories carved by time, waiting for you to write your chapter. If this adventure lit a spark in you, don't stop here. Subscribe now and step into more journeys across the world's greatest wonders. Like this video if the desert called to your soul. And tell us, where will your footsteps lead first? Because the world is vast, the stories are endless, and the next one begins with you.